Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11 we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Good evening, it is the Lions Fan Cave Chat. I'm joined by another Lions fan. It's Dom. And we had some horrible news as Tigers fans because they took Scooble out of the game due to injury. For Tigers fans, I mean.
Yeah, Big Dan was watching it and he was like, he didn't look hurt. And I'm like, they pulled him after 3 innings and 50-some pitches. And then I went and looked and it's like, he's hurt.
So today's practice report, Trevor Nowatzki is out. Baki is listed as doubtful. Yeah, he did limited practice, but his elbow's still inflamed. It was a strain of some sort in his elbow, and they probably don't want to damage that UCL or whatever.
Get it?
But Sion Baki is doubtful, still dealing with the lingering. He practiced, but he wasn't. It was limited.
Right? Not full.
Hamstring is still
LP rather than FP.
Decker is only listed as questionable because I don't think it's an actual injury. I think he's still rehabbing that shoulder stuff he had cleaned up. So they're
Campbell
saying,
or Morton said if he doesn't play, they would be shocked.
Right. And then Kirby was limited today. But he's questionable to play too. But usually when they say questionable, they're playing.
Yeah.
90% of the time. I'm not going to go 99.
Yeah, because they'll put them as like questionable because normally they practice 5 days during the week, right?
4.
They
start on Tuesday and then it goes till
4.
Friday.
Yeah. So if they practice twice out of the 4, they're probably probable.
And Kirby practiced 3 times out of the 4.
He's gonna play.
And Taylor Decker, they held him out all week, and it said more rest than anything.
It's fine. He's a vet.
And if he misses, Skipper's back on the active roster, but he hasn't practiced all week.
We need Decker.
I know.
That's me saying this.
Well, and I think they'd rather put Manu there than Skipper because Skipper's been dealing with some health stuff.
Right.
And Manu did not look horrible this preseason. But with me, and I'm going to ask you this. I want to ask you this right now. Because we did face two starting defensive lines during our 4 preseason games. Because other teams did start them. Kingsley Egekun actually looked really good at center. Yeah. And Tate Ratledge, while next to him, looked like the communication was better.
Mm-hmm.
Would you sit Glasgow this game and let Kingsley Egekun take the first team snaps?
No, not this week.
I would have, just because it's back-to-back rivals. With it being back-to-back rivalry games and what that means in the North.
I just wish
I would have had him practicing at least 50% of the snaps with the ones.
I wish that Ratledge could have, been on the fast track to success for center those first 4 or 5 days of training camp.
No. He did it for 2 weeks. And at the end of the second week, Dan Campbell, that Friday, remember we did the show and you were on it. When I read the presser where he said Tate Ratledge looks like he's really catching the grass for the call out and the protection, and he looks like he's really doing good at center. The next Tuesday when they started camp, Glasgow was announced the starter.
It's tough to put a rookie at center. He didn't play barely any center in college.
No, but he actually
they were hoping and praying that he could pick it up, but Glasgow was in their back pocket all along.
Right, but at the same time, the last year he was at Georgia, that offseason, he took 50% of his snaps during camp at center.
Right.
Because Georgia knows, hey, you can never have enough people trained.
He's going to be fine. It's just
he didn't play it in game. That was the big thing.
Once they figure out who's, further behind, further ahead, because I feel like guards are kind of interchangeable. So, if it's Ratledge that's further behind, I mean, he's playing right guard now, right?
Yeah, he's playing right guard. Christian Mahogany's still the left guard.
I would, yeah.
And Miles Frazier is due back the end of this month. Josh Pascal's due back at the end of this month.
Those 2 games that Mahogany played last year, was it left or right?
It was at left, because that was when Pascal was at left. Those were the 2 games that Ragnow was out. But he didn't allow a sack in those 2 games.
Well, yeah.
And he played 2 last week.
I was thinking he played right, and I'm like, well,
Dietler played every game.
You or me between Frank Ragnow and Penei Sewell, and we would look good.
Or at least serviceable.
Right. I mean, it's basically 2 rookies and a center that is not a good center.
Right. He only had 1 good year at center, and that was the year, I think it was around week 7 when Travis Swanson got hurt and he got moved there. But that was after we already moved him from left guard to right guard
to help Rick Wagner.
Yeah, because Rick Wagner was so awful.
Fucking turnstile.
Yeah, he's
that like was that. Also Decker looked a lot better when Glasgow was playing next to him. He's still good. Right. Like I don't mind Decker.
I don't mind him at guard. I mean Glasgow. I don't mind Glasgow at guard. I don't like him at center.
Same.
Because he was awful in Denver at center.
Well, the reason we had to let Glasgow go was because we re-signed Decker, and I'm like, I mean, neither one of them were great.
But
tackles
Decker
cost more than guards.
Decker, even though he's had some injury concerns, has had more consistency.
He's been solid his whole career, and sometimes good, and flashes of great.
Right, I would say he had a couple of years where he was a Pro Bowler, and then he was like on the outside looking. I thought it was.
Well, I think 1 year is an alternate. He's still one of the. He was a reach, whatever pick he was, 16, 18, because everyone above him has been a multiple Pro Bowler or an All Pro.
Right.
I said that when we drafted him. That's why I always say, what's my number 1 draft strategy? Don't get caught reaching at the end of a position run. Right. That was Decker.
And I'll tell you what, Ragnow was the best pick that Quinn ever did.
Oh, by far. Where did he go to college?
Arkansas.
That's where Swanson went too, right? Swanson was pretty good, but he got hurt and retired when he was pretty young.
Yeah, he got hurt in his 3rd year, I believe it was. Second or 3rd year. Because we had.
I was talking to somebody the other day about
his rookie year. Wasn't his rookie year behind Dominic Raiola? The last year of Raiola, I think.
Probably, yeah. Kind of like Riley Rife. His rookie year, Backus stayed and ruined him.
And then he went to the Raiders and got worse.
Who?
Or was that? Remember that? Riley Reif, he went to the Raiders and got worse.
The Raiders?
After his rookie
contract. Minnesota at some point. He wasn't.
But he went to the Raiders went to the Raiders for a year and was bad, and they let him go as a free agent, and Minnesota picked him up, and he was serviceable.
Right. I mean, I'm pretty sure because Reif was Iowa, wasn't he?
Yep.
He was like the number 1, number 2, maybe number 3 run blocker in the whole country.
Number 2, because the one that was in front of him was also from Iowa, Robert Gallery.
Guess what? A, anyone can run block. B, literally anyone can run block at Iowa because they don't know how to throw the ball. They never fucking have for my whole life.
Oh, but look at this. We got the guy from Canada. It's King SJ.
Evening, gentlemen. Yes, it is evening, and if you knew us better, you would not be calling us gentlemen. I'm a lot of things. A gentleman. Actually, I'm a gentleman.
By the definition my dad told me a gentleman is, I can't get that close and count everyone without getting excited. So no, I'm not a gentleman. You like that one, don't you?
It's 100%. It's funny because it's true. I saw something. It was I don't know. It was a TikTok or something. Did you watch Seinfeld ever?
Oh yeah.
When they're sitting in the diner, it's Jerry and George.
Oh
and
yeah.
George's like, he's like, why not me? He was like, he's somebody. You're nobody. He's like, I'm better than him. He's like, you're considerably worse. It was about Tua and Zach Wilson.
Yeah. But you know what?
We're on my podcast earlier, and they're like, oh, it's panic time in Miami. I'm like, what's the panic? They're not good. They weren't gonna be good. They're probably the worst team in that division.
So we're facing the Bears, who had an epic letdown at the end of their game.
Because Bears.
Yes, it is going to be a good game. It is going to be a divisional game. Both of us are coming off of a loss, so both of us need to win a game. So that I think that alone is going to make it a better game than week 1 for both teams.
We didn't need that win week 1 as bad as Green Bay did. We needed it, but they really needed it.
Yeah, because it was 3 in a row that we beat them.
I was going to say, yeah, so now their win percentage at home in the last 4 games is .250 instead of 0.
Right. Well, everybody forgets we lost one in year 1, so it's actually we won the last 3, but we won the last 3. So that's 5 years. So they're 3 and 2 now.
So
we're 3 and 2.
It's 200 instead of 250. Oh wait, 3 and 2? No, they won one.
No. They won there in 2021 because the last game when we beat them was at home.
Yeah, we won the last 3, and then they won this one.
Right, but they won the first one with Dan Campbell. 3 and 2.
That was at the beginning of the season, though, and we were.
I know we were awful. It was like week 6.
No. We beat them there.
We won. We won late in the season. We did not win again.
We beat them there to keep them out of the playoffs.
No, that was the next year in 2022. That was the first time we beat them.
Oh, okay.
2022, 2023, 2024. We lost in 2021 and we lost in 2025.
And like fucking what? 18 in a row, something really bad. 17 out of 18 before that.
Yeah, they were 17 out of 18.
That was a different team.
The reason why I wanted to win is because of how many streaks that the Packers had against the Lions we had knocked off. And this was their 13th straight home opener they won. We could have stopped it at 12. That's the only reason why I wanted to do it.
I wanted to win because I don't want to start out 0-1. And it wasn't Micah Parsons wasn't why we lost.
Mike, if you want to hop in, because I'm not here trying to talk shit. I'm talking facts.
I'm talking all the shit.
Yeah, I'm talking all the shit. But I do have something from a Chicago podcaster that was posted on his IG. We're back. We're so back. It's over. It's so over. We are here. That was his reaction to the game last Sunday.
I'm not surprised because A, it's the Bears. B, it's a head coach with no head coaching experience.
So, Mike, did you go to the home opener? I want to know. Did you get one of these bobbleheads I heard about? These ones.
But holy fuck, if we lose on Sunday.
Yeah, it's going to be pandemonium.
I might have to become a Raiders fan for the rest of the year.
I won't. I don't give up. I if we're out of the playoffs at the end of the season, that is when I would pick an AFC team. That's what I would do.
I'll never pick a new team ever.
No, I'm saying for the playoffs to root for. Like if the Lions are out, I will pick an AFC team because I refuse to pick an NFC team.
I think it's, I don't know, like has Green Bay officially vaulted us?
You're good, bud. It's a football debate, not trash talking. And yes, I went to the game, but no bobblehead. At least he knows how to play the game.
Has Green Bay officially vaulted us?
It's early in the season, and I'm going to put this in a box because I'm going off of the last 2 years.
Same.
We have yet to see Jordan Love do a full season of looking good. He's only been able to put together 8 to 10 games so far in a row.
Yeah, so, and he beat the Bears, and then who'd they beat? Well, it was last night, wasn't it? Washington. That looked.
That's a good game.
That looked nothing like the team that trounced us in the division round last year. Plus, both those games were at home.
Right, they were at home, and they get to start out 2-0. Hey, you know what? Right now, yes, in the North, they're the leader.
Also,
everybody else is chasing.
Bad news, Green Bay fans. I hadn't even thought about it. But unfortunately, I looked into my crystal ball, and Josh Jacobs, you're the next running back to get hurt. I'm not wishing injury upon him, not because he's a rival. It dawned on me today because Austin Eckler got hurt last night, and he was the last one that I predicted because I was just, throwing darts at the wall because I said Derrick Henry, he got hurt. Jonathan Taylor, he got hurt. Then the next year, for months, people are like, who's it going to be? I'm like, Austin Eckler, and it was.
So, did you watch the Monday Night Football game between Ravens and Bills?
No,
Sunday night. Oh, the Sunday night game. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was so disgusted with the Lions. I went football free the rest of the night. My girl had the right idea because I overslept and missed the first quarter.
Yeah.
Then I scurried out here. I mean, I'm looking at my phone on the way, and I'm like, oh, this doesn't look good. And then I watched, part of the rest of the first half, went to wake my girl up. She's like, I don't want to watch the Lions. She had the right idea.
Right.
Well, yeah, that Ravens game, Ravens-Bills.
That was lit. It was lit. And then, and as much as I hate to say it, through the first 3 quarters, it looked like Chicago was going to run away from Minnesota. And then the typical J.J. McCarty fourth quarter happened just like at Michigan.
Well,
it did. It was just like the national championship.
That year, 2 years ago, they never had a fourth quarter comeback, did they?
No, I am not going football free at 3 p.m. Sunday. Nice try.
I'm not either. I'm not giving up at halftime. It's the fucking Bears. We can be down by 30 and still come back and win.
Stranger things have happened.
That's the thing that's kept me with the TV on paying attention. Even in the 0-16 season, we lost 12 of those games by one possession.
11 of them.
Yeah.
One of them we lost because of Dan Orlovsky. Bears had 12 penalties for 126 yards. It was terrible. Yeah. So 126 yards plus his 143-yard performance. Wow.
I mean, the Bears are still the Bears.
Yeah. But that's to be expected with a young team. When you're dealing with a young team. And let's face it, every team in the North but the Vikings is young, really.
Yeah. I mean, the Packers are the youngest in the league still, aren't they?
They're the youngest in the league. We're 8. I think the Bears are in the top 10 or top 15, and the Vikings are sitting there around 20.
The Vikings have a very good roster, and they have for a couple of years. They also have J.J. McCarthy. And his older brother is now starting for the next 5 weeks in San Francisco.
I will say over the past 4 years, year one of Dan Campbell's regime, it was hard to be a Lions fan, but I stayed true. That was when we really got in depth talking back then. with
It's been
2021.
hard for most of this century.
Most of our lives.
Yeah. The 90s
was okay.
By Cocaine Wayne.
Cocaine Wayne and Gary Mueller when he replaced Bobby Ross.
Yeah, with a winning record, and then they didn't fucking keep him.
Yeah.
We lost last game of the season to miss the playoffs against Chicago. Sparty Paul Edinger, 53-yard field goal.
Oh,
but Campbell's got not that it's saying much.
Campbell's got a 39.
Schwartz got, 3.5, 4 years? You get fired mid-season?
No, he got fired at the end of the season.
4 years?
Yep, he did 4 full years.
Caldwell got 4 years? 3? 4? I think he got 4.
14, 15, 16, 17, 17, 18. He got 3.
3?
He got 3. He was let go after the 17-18 season, right? Because 18-19 we opened against the Jets.
Oh my God.
Then 2020. Or 1920 and then
I should have, and at times wish I would have died of alcohol poisoning that night. I tried.
And it's funny because I haven't talked to Quandre Diggs, but I did have somebody off that team that left shortly after the first couple of weeks because of Matt Patricia that offseason. I did have Glover Quinn on this podcast once.
He was one of the ones that was like, fuck Matt Patricia.
Right. He was one of the first
Matt
ones.
Patricia came in.
It was him, then Quandre Diggs, and then it was Darius Slay and a plethora of other guys.
Yeah, trying to sit there and talk shit to the best corner that we've had since fucking Lem Barney.
Right.
The Roaring 20s.
I'm not really nervous. I'm more it's not a little
nervous.
Apprehension. Nervous? No.
Apprehensive means nervous, sir.
It doesn't. I thought it was something. No, it's
similar.
Really nervous. It's like a lesser version of nervous, is what I'm saying.
We just need to go.
I want to see the O-line do better. That's what I want. That's what I'm nervous about.
Better implies good. How about less terrible?
I just said better.
Did you see the picture when we're at the goal line and Glasgow and Ratledge are both going right, and there's just
Mahogany's going to the left,
gaping hole. We could have had a safety. That was the other time we avoided getting safetied.
Right. And then, the only time I ever seen a play worse than that, because he pulled them out of the end zone when he grabbed off for Sean Gary. That's almost as bad as when Todd Gurley couldn't stop himself from going in the end zone in Atlanta.
The Falcons.
That's what but we won that game. But I meant it was that type of difference-making play is what I meant.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, you hit him like this. Why pull him back? I'd have pushed through it. Or at least tried to.
If we can't run the ball, it's a problem. Because
right.
Like last year, I'm far away from panic.
Right.
But because last year the offense started slow. But running the ball, 15, 16 carries out of 21 last week? The running back got hit behind the line of scrimmage?
It was 9 tackles for loss, and 6 more times we were hit, so 15. But going back to that, the only game
good thing we re-signed J-Mo.
Hey, I'm not going to go down that road. What I am going to say is that, you know what the running attack reminded me of last week? Week 2 last year versus the Bucs.
We ran the ball just fine against the Bucs last year.
No, remember, we threw the ball 51 times. We did,
but go look at the rushing stats. We were running at 4.8 per clip. We probably had this conversation. 4.5 for sure. Ben Johnson got cute, and he's like, let's throw the ball 50 times. And then RG Nee came out on Monday and was like, Jared Goff throwing the ball 50 times is not a winning formula. Any quarterback throwing the ball 50 times, not a winning formula.
We've said that before. Anything more than 40 passes is awful.
40 even is a lot.
No, because because you got those games like in Tennessee where we did throw it, or against the Tennessee Titans last year where we did throw it 40 times, but we also ran it 30 times. The boat race games where you boat race somebody, those games happen, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. We remember how allegedly difficult the schedule was supposed to be last year?
I remember.
We went remember when we went like 2.5 seasons without winning a game on the road? We didn't lose a game on the road last year.
Yeah, the funny thing is that was the end of 2020 season to the 21 season to the beginning of the 22 season. We had not won on the road.
Oh, so that was an additional lengthy streak, because back on the 0-16 team, the year before that year and the year after, we had went like 18, 19 games without a road win. And I remember we beat
it didn't get
either
to that
the Bears or the Broncos. Brian Greasy was the quarterback.
Yeah,
this was way back then, but I remember
that
the bad
99
shit more
season.
than the good shit, because for most of the 2000s, it's the bad shit you remember because there was so much more of it.
It was a decade of despair.
Fuck, almost two decades minus. I think we made the playoffs in
2014 and 2016. Those were our years we made it.
We made the playoffs in, I want to say 2000, and then 2 years with Stafford, and then
3 years with Stafford.
No, just 2.
The Saints, the Cowboys, and then
the Seahawks. Yeah. You're right. And he only played well enough to win one of those games.
The Saints game.
Killed them on offense.
Right. He still had 2 picks, but I think one was a pick 6, wasn't it?
I mean, it's a safe bet with Matt Stafford.
But he had 3 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown in the game.
Yeah, and didn't Calvin have like 250 yards receiving?
Yeah.
220?
I look at Decker is, I think he's just still dealing with that same shoulder clean out stuff, and it's rehabbing. Kirby had a knee issue, but he was limited in practice.
Decker's going to play
all week, but they both Morton and Campbell said they'd be surprised if he didn't play. So I think Decker will play, and I think Kirby's playing because he's been at practice the last 2 days.
I heard a little clip. I don't know if it was from today or yesterday, maybe earlier in the week, but like John Morton already sounded like he's starting to get shitty about things. Maybe it's just his tone of voice or his inflection.
It's his inflection. His face is unreadable. Even, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't even in the ones that I watched all off season, he doesn't really get too hyped up about anything.
Same one.
Yeah, I just didn't take it off yet. But my only concern is the O-line right now, because if we can't run the ball, versus anybody, we're doomed.
Pass rush. I just heard today, Muhammad only played like 7 snaps.
Yeah.
Why?
Because they almost cut him. The only reason he's still on the team is Hassanin isn't here. Yeah. He was that bad this offseason.
Didn't Muhammad have like the 3rd most sacks on the team? Not that that's
last year.
Much.
Last year, but you're talking about a team without Hutchinson since week 7.
Hutch still led the team in sacks by a couple, and he only played 4.5 games.
Well, technically 5.5, because we played. Oh no, yeah.
Got hurt in the 5th game.
Yeah, that's right. 4.5 games, had 7.5 sacks because he got 3.5 in the one game.
Yeah, against Tampa that we lost.
Yeah, a game that if you looked at it statistics wise, we shouldn't have lost, but we did.
That's because Lions.
It was just a weird game.
It was just Jared. I don't want to see Jared Goff throwing the ball 50 times ever. And that was my thing. Like after 2 years ago, going into last year, I was like, how about Jared Goff isn't second or third in the league in passing attempts? And then last year he was like, I mean, we still threw a lot because we have a good passing offense, but he was like 10th, 9th or 10th.
Okay, 9th or 10th. I thought he was
maybe even lower.
But either way, he still had the same amount of yards, though. That was the great part. And that was the telling stat for me versus Green Bay. Average air yards per pass was 5.8 yards. We haven't had that since the 2021 season.
I read something, I don't know that I believe it, but they tried to say that he had like the fifth most amount of time to throw, and I'm like, there's no fucking way.
The numbers got skewed because Green Bay went into a prevent defense in the fourth quarter.
True.
So the numbers got skewed. Because Tony Romo talked about it for 3 damn quarters, how Goff had no time. He had to throw checkdowns.
I really liked Tony Romo the first couple years. This past Sunday, maybe because we were losing badly, like I was this close to muting the TV.
Yeah, because he was glazing over the. Yeah.
I'm all set on Tony Romo. Also, and I heard it and I knew because it was like plus 900 or something, Isaac Tesla for an anytime touchdown. And he played like 3 snaps because he was sick all week.
3 snaps, had 2 targets, 1 catch.
Yeah, that might be the best NFL debut catch ever.
And that just watching that catch over and over in the clip, I'm going to say it again. That was an OBJ-esque.
Yeah, that's what right when he caught it, I was like, holy fuck, it's white OBJ. And he's 5 inches taller, almost as fast, and didn't cost us a first round pick.
Amen. But
let's go ahead and re-sign JMO.
I told you 4 weeks ago they were working on JMO's contract.
I know that they were, but
you didn't think it was going to happen. I know it was going to happen. I told you it was going to happen. You know why they did it? You want to know why they did it then?
To save money.
Right, it saves money because
if
you look at the wide receiver 2 money, if you'd have waited a year, and let's say he has a 1,200-yard year, let's say he has it because we had bad games and he still comes out.
Yeah, it'll be
good
cheap.
at the end.
Plus, like signing him early, like we're paying him nothing for this year, next year.
Right, we're still on his rookie contract. Next year, he's still getting the 5th-year option money.
I'm not closing the door on still trading him.
You can't. They won't trade him. I'm telling you that he won't be traded because of the dead cap hit in the future.
Speaking it into existence, first Super Bowl MVP to ever be traded in the following offseason. Fuck the dead cap. Get the money off the books. Just like I would if McNeil was healthy, I would have traded him and 2 firsts for Micah Parsons. Yeah, I think I would have.
Well, if he didn't say stuff like, I hate Detroit, I'd never play in Detroit, talk shit to St. Brown on his podcast when he was trying to lobby for Jalen Ramsey to come here when he was on the trade block. And he goes, nobody will come to Detroit, and laughed about it.
Oh, Parsons?
Yeah.
He's a dick bag. But
yeah, I'm quite sure that because Amon Ra has always been like a leader on this team, correct?
Right, for sure.
Since his 3rd year at least. And I'm quite sure they said, hey, we're thinking about trading for Parsons. He's like, fuck that guy.
It's just, it wasn't realistic as far as like the cap.
No, not when you got to sign Hutchinson sometime this season or the off season.
Although, like that's, I
bet you Hutchinson takes less.
Yeah, I think he will.
I think it's going to be right around 45. I've been saying that ever since all this stuff went down. He'll be less than Parsons, but right around Garrett and Watt money.
Yeah. Less than Parsons, maybe an extra year, and a comparable amount of guaranteed money.
And enough incentives that it actually isn't that average per year, too.
Right. Because that was the thing with Hendrickson and Cincy. Like, they weren't that far apart on money or years. It was about guaranteed money.
Right. So all they did was they gave him $15 million and gave him 13 of it guaranteed and a bunch of incentives.
Yep.
And I tried to explain that to somebody. Well, why didn't they extend them any further? I said they can't afford to.
Yeah, because T. Higgins.
T. Higgins,
That's
Jamar Chase, and Joe Burrow.
We signed J-Mo because we're not the Bengals.
Yeah, I hated telling you that I was right, but I said exactly where his salary would fall.
Oh no, I knew, and I mean, if anything,
I said 25 to 30 million.
I said, we did it with
Amon-Ra. We did it with Amon-Ra. We did it with
probably
Penei.
With Kirby. Sewell, we signed early, didn't we?
Yep.
I have no issue with that. Like, I would have let Penei Sewell write his own check. Whatever you want, however many years, however much money.
I remember we signed Penei Sewell, and 3 days later, it was no longer the highest played tackle.
Right. Just like when we signed Stafford. He was the highest paid quarterback for like 5 minutes.
Right. Everybody forgets that. You know, wasn't it Kirk Cousins got his deal in Minnesota that beat Stafford like 2 weeks after?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Derek Carr ended up getting more money than Stafford.
Yeah, but that was a little bit later. It was a little like the next year. But anyways, it was crazy. You know, all this stuff where people were complaining, man, we're spending too much on this, and then the next person that comes out got more. Now, where we were stupid in our free agent acquisitions was during the Quinn era. Trey Flowers.
That's the difference between that era and this era.
Right.
Like, we had a good amount of cap money, but back then we were like, shitty teams have a bunch of cap money and a bunch of, open roster spots.
So you had to throw money to get people to come at you.
Yeah.
Whereas they built this team organically the first couple of seasons. And all of a sudden, we're getting players that were good, but might have had some injury issues and stuff like that, but they had good stats, and we'd bring them in.
Yeah, and that's the difference between that era and this era. Like,
right.
Shitty teams have a bunch of cap money and a bunch of open roster spots. Good teams lose coordinators in the offseason and have to pick and choose about which guys to re-sign and which ones to not, because they actually drafted good, and these guys are good, and it's like...
And I still think it's going to end up not costing us any of those 3 guys coming up next year. Because I see them restructuring Goff and getting the money there.
They will. Probably Amon-Ra too, and Sewell.
Well, next year it's the Goff balloon payment where it goes to $69.2 million. They'll restructure that.
I can't. They'll do what they need to do, but I said it when we got him, and when it was looking like he was coming up on his extension. Like, he did everything we asked him to and more.
Right.
It's the cost of doing business, as a matter of fact, quarterback.
We said all we needed to do was have a winning record by the last year of that contract, and he won us the division.
There's multiple quarterbacks making around as much, if not more, than Jared Goff that I would rather not have, like Dak Prescott, Kyler Murray, Trevor Lawrence.
So I think it's hilarious that the Jaguars paid Daniel Jones that much money.
Lawrence.
Daniel Jones. They're the same stats.
Oh, come on. He's better than Daniel Jones.
0.1% completion percentage difference. 2 touchdowns more. 1 interception less. 10 more games than Daniel Jones.
Lawrence was really only good like the second half of his sophomore year because him and Goff were the two best quarterbacks in the NFL, record-wise and statistically. Outside of that, yeah, Daniel Jones. Also, Trevor Lawrence has never gone a whole game leading his team to a scoring drive.
Here's your other one. Career QBR. Daniel Jones, 84.7. Trevor Lawrence, 85. Same guy.
I mean, that's Jacksonville doing Jacksonville things.
Both of them have the exact same team records. 9-8 in the same year, make the playoffs, win off of a field goal, and lose the next game.
Plus, Jacksonville beat the Chargers in the playoffs, so that doesn't count. They were down like 21 points, and I went to bed like, don't worry, Chargers gonna Charger. They looked pretty good last week, though.
I'm not saying the Chargers are horrible, but they have had horrible luck when it comes to the postseason.
That's the fucking Chargers. And I just heard Nick Wright say it the other day, and it wasn't. I've been saying that shit for 5 years, and he's like, "Oh, the Chargers have that Chargers gonna Charger thing," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I remember saying that 5 years ago."
What's up, Patty Grimes? He just said, "What's up?" But Patty's here in Grambling, so another Michigander. King SJ's in Canada. We know Michael Carrico is a Bears fan in Chicagoland. Ralph Williams, good to see you, Ralph.
A Bears fan. That's sorry about your luck, buddy.
Hey,
we were the Bears.
We were the Bears for 2 decades. We were the Bears for 2 decades. I'm not gonna shit on them too much.
I'm not shitting on them. I'm just saying sorry about your current franchise being the early 2000s Lions. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
Right. Even if you wanted to say the late 2000s is in the 2000 to 2010 part, you don't want to be either one of those.
From 2000 until Dan Campbell, until like week 7, Dan Campbell.
Week 10. Week 10 was our first non-loss.
The Bears just have to stop investing so highly in quarterbacks. Also, looking at you, Browns.
What? They only got more quarterbacks than they have linebackers.
And not a one of them worth a shit. The best one in their minds is around our age.
Oh, which one? Joe Flacid?
Yes. Grandpa.
Yeah, Grandpa, the guy that takes his Viagra just to hit the field.
And then they got left-handed midget Kyler Murray, Gabriel, Shedeur. Who did they? Oh, the Raiders. They were wise enough to get rid of Pickett. Like, how they got a draft pick back for him? Beyond me. Because they were going to cut him. But they traded a draft pick for him in the offseason.
Look at the fleece job the Broncos did to the Saints on Vail.
Yeah.
He was their 6th wide receiver, traded him, and got back a 4th and a 7th for a guy that wouldn't make a roster at most towns.
Trinity Benson?
No, Vail.
No.
Smoking Dad, what's up? Good to see you.
Trinity Benson, part 2. That was also a Brad Holmes move, was it not?
Yes, it was.
Maybe that's why he doesn't make trades.
He doesn't make trades often.
When he has something for Carlton Davis and then let him go, which I get it.
Well, as much as we want to.
I mean, in a vacuum, who's better, Carlton Davis or DJ Reed? About the same, right?
Yeah, I think DJ Reed's better.
I hope so.
Well, the proof is week 1. Carlton Davis didn't look good last year versus the Rams. Puka Nacua had his back pocket. You know what happened this year? At least DJ Reed swatted one away.
True. He's a midget, though.
I don't care. He plays like he's 6'2". He may be only 5'9", 5'8", but he plays like he's 6'2". I saw a lot of heart and effort on him. I mean,
I saw something the other day, and I have to make the meme, but someone said that Terrion Arnold is Jeff Okuda in disguise.
no,
I hope not.
not a chance.
All off season, all training camp, all preseason. Not that he played in the preseason, but everyone seems to think that Terrion's going to take a big step forward. I hope so.
And he was starting to, but then everything started falling apart. We were getting no pressure. We weren't getting through their old line. The rub route, that rub route was worked so well because he didn't hit the guy didn't hit him, but got in his way and he took the wrong route. If he'd have went behind the guy instead of in front of him, he probably could have defended Jayden Reed.
Yeah.
You know, those type of things. Those are the little things. Those are little things that can be coached out of somebody. Hey, instead of going this way and taking longer, go that way.
Jayden Reed's out for a while now.
6 to 8 weeks, broken collarbone.
Been through that. And he already had a fucking Lego foot.
Yeah. It sucks for the Packers. I mean, because Reed's been good, Dobbs has been good. Golden looks good, but I haven't seen
He's not getting a lot of targets yet, but he's going to get his chance now with Reed out because he's pretty much their number one, or their guy that gets the most targets because they don't have a number one other than Paper Mache Watson, and he's out for half the year again, right?
Yep. Oh, Watson's still playing. It's just a matter of time. It's not a question of if, it's when.
I remember in the offseason leading up to that draft, me and you were both like, oh, we want Christian Watson in like the 3rd or 4th round. He went like middle of the 2nd, didn't he?
No, he was the first pick or second pick of the 2nd round because we traded the 32 and the 34 to Minnesota. Minnesota traded the 34 to Green Bay, and Green Bay took him there.
He's sweet when he plays, but when he plays. Because I was talking to my Packers buddy, and I was like, man, I think you guys are for real. And he's like, yeah, if we stay healthy. And I'm like, well, that's football. What's the line on the Chicago game? 4 or 5 points? 6 maybe?
Uh, 6.5 is what it was this afternoon. And somebody asked me if I thought we were covering it. I said probably not. I think it's going to be a field goal game.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking maybe like 4 or 5 points, but yeah, I don't think we're covering. BRB.
That didn't sound right. You're back here. Yeah, so I think it's going to be like one of those 17 to 14, 21-17 games is what I'm thinking.
Doesn't Chicago have a bunch of injuries already?
They got Jalen Johnson back this week.
I mean, I heard something like yesterday or maybe earlier today. Maybe Grady Jarrett wasn't even going to play. I think he's gonna, but we can't not beat Chicago. But if we don't, you can start up with those fucking mock drafts early again.
Yep. I am not doing early mock drafts. I didn't do them last year either. I didn't do them the year before that.
I was gonna say I haven't in a couple years, and it's been fucking
And
great.
that's the biggest thing. And that's why I expect this to be a tough game. Because Chicago can't afford to go 0-2 either. But neither team can afford to go 0-2, not only as a record, but as a division.
Right. Yeah. I mean, really, I can't imagine Chicago has aspirations or even delusions of the Super Bowl, but you can't go 0-2, period, and expect to make the Super Bowl.
I have no idea if JJ McCarthy is married.
I think JJ McCarthy and his husband
they're not married. Wait, no. He's engaged. It happened 5 hours ago. No. Katia Karopas. She gave birth today.
A bastard child. Shame on him.
Oh, Jesus, stop.
What I heard was JJ McCarthy and his husband adopted a Cambodian child.
No, it's a perfectly little bundle of joy. Rome, Micah McCarthy. Cute little shit, though. I don't know if you can see it.
I can.
Oh no, that's not it. They put an ad up over it. I had the picture of the baby up here. There we go.
Yeah, he won't be a good quarterback either.
Yes, so 5 hours ago, his fiance had a baby because they're not married yet. £8, 7 ounces, 21-inch long kid.
That's a big.
That's a healthy size baby.
I was like almost 10 pounds. My buddy Nate was like 13. His poor mom gave birth to like a 6-month-old. Who does Minnesota play this week?
Minnesota plays the Atlanta Falcons at home.
So they're probably going 2-0
on Sunday Night Football.
So they're probably going 2-0. Green Bay's already 2-0. Yeah, so we definitely need the win to try to keep pace.
Yeah. Good job. Great game. Yes. Congratulations.
Wait, what?
Oh, that's Steve, the Packer fan. He commented. But for a while, score-wise, that game did look just like the Lions game. It was 17-3 in the third quarter. I was shocked they let them back in, that it became 18-27, because that's letting a team back in. But at the same time, it started about that almost end of the third quarter through the fourth quarter, prevent yourself from winning defense.
I mean, it's the Bears. Is anyone surprised?
No, I'm talking about the Packers versus Commanders.
Oh.
They were up 17-3 to start the third quarter.
Yeah, it was more garbage time stats than anything. Like,
Right.
once Green Bay kicked that field goal and went up 3 scores, it was over.
Yeah, once they were at 24.
I don't know exactly what changed with that Washington team, but that's, like I said, that's not the same team that trounced us in the divisional round last year.
They lost their defensive tackle. They lost Josh Sweat. Montez Sweat's gone. Don't know if Parsons plays the whole season or not. He actually doesn't miss a lot of games. He misses a lot of quarters and a lot of halves. He does not get injured for an extended period of time. He's only missed a 2-week stint and a 4-week stint in his 4-year career. But he has missed a quarter here, a half there, that type of stuff. It's little dingy and nick injuries that he gets. It's not that he's hurt all the time. I wish
He
people
also
would
likes
quit pushing that narrative.
He also likes to disappear in December and January.
Well, it starts right after Thanksgiving.
Fucking Micah Houdini. Woo!
He'll hit, but last year he actually did get 2 sacks in December, and it was against Washington.
Yeah,
I understand that. You do have a lot of talent.
I heard that yesterday before the game. They're like 2.5 sacks against Washington that game last year.
At the end of the season.
What did he do yesterday? I know I saw earlier in the game he had half a sack. Did he get another one? Or another half a one?
I'm going to look right now. That's the easy one for me to do.
I'd love to know how much more money Jerry offered him than what he actually signed for. And Micah was like, fuck you, Jerry. I'm out. Because, like, say what you want about Micah Parsons, but he either wants to win a title or minimally knows that he's not going to win a title in Dallas. So he's like, I'm going.
Yeah, I'm bringing up the box score right now. God damn it. I hate this shit.
And Jerry bumbled that negotiation so badly. Like pulling Micah into, private meetings. And he's like, no, your agent can't be here because he was trying to knock down that number per year. And Micah was like, no.
Micah Parsons had 2 tackles and a half a sack.
Okay. So just that one half.
Yep. I think he split that with Carl Brooks.
Yeah. It's 2 tackles and a half a sack more than Hutch had because he put up donuts.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Jake Bates had more tackles than Aiden Hutchinson in the last game with 1. Sorry, I do try to keep it real.
Right. Maybe
Marcus Davenport had 3 times as many tackles as Jake Bates.
The sad thing is, it's like what we thought was going to be the vaunted O-line like 5 or 6 years ago. Like, I don't think we see a single game, let alone a snap, of Hutch, Davenport, McNeil, and or Reeder and Tyleik Williams. I don't think they play a snap together this year. I hope I'm wrong.
Well, we've already seen snaps with Davenport, Hutch, Williams, and Reeder. That's already happened. That was our starting line.
Right, but McNeil
won't be back till around Thanksgiving.
Right.
we'll see it. You won't see Reeder in that mix because more than likely Williams will be
right. But what I'm saying is, I can't imagine Davenport is still healthy by the time McNeil
I
comes
think he
back.
might be because they're rotating him more. Well, I'd be higher on the Tigers right now if Skubal didn't get hurt today.
Yeah. Yeah, I was telling Dan earlier, I'm like, if Skubal is not back to 100% by the time the playoffs come,
we're screwed.
We won't win a series.
Nope.
We'll lose in the first round or minimally the second round, but only because we got the number 1 seed and a bye. The bullpen was the problem. They kind of fixed that. Now it's the starting rotation, but Skubal's out. Done.
That was brutal what happened to Skubal.
I didn't see what it was.
I didn't see it either, but I just heard through the chat that he's hurt.
It couldn't have been good.
Right. Because he was only 50-50. But it's that time of the night where I'm going to call it a night, guys. Thanks for watching. Dom, thanks for being here. Shout out to your gauntlet. I know you are.
I will save my anti-Semitic remarks.
Yep, no, I don't do anti-Semitic. But Dom, go ahead.
Shout out. I want shout to out. When it comes to the Yankees.
Oh, the Yankees?
BJE. That's all I'll say. If you know, you know. Stands for Big Jew Engine.
Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Much love to everybody in the chat. One pride and go Lions.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.